I remember it well. For years, the vision of my home plagued me. That last backward glance toward family, safety, peace. I remember the golden glow of lights pushing back the darkness and the moonlight playing over the spires. 10 years, barrels of blood spilled, tons of weight laid across my tired shoulders, uncounted corpses twitching on the end of my blade. I remember all of those things too, and I wonder, not for the first time, if home and family and safety are things I could even hope for anymore. Am I worthy? The castle rises against the cool blue of a full moon. The sparklights illuminate a pathway that looks so very different from the one I traveled on before. It was cobbles then, and iron lanterns spitting sparks glowed at the crossroads. The orchards in full bloom sent unbearable sweetness my way, and my breath caught in my throat. Was I worth this breath? Were my lungs that had filled with the stench of rot and ruin capable of handling such things? I paused with my worn boots touching flowers at the edge of the path. Could I learn to breathe again in this new world? What family did I have left in this place I barely recognized? What welcome would I get from folks who stayed behind while men like me went off to war? Would they see a familiar glint in my eyes or tilt of my chin? Would they see the dust on worn boots and bloodstains on leather? A sparklight spluttered next to the path and drew my gaze. It wasn't an answer to the questions that spiraled through my mind. We had fought for the magic that now laid a warm glow over the landscape, for the castle standing tall and proud on the hill, for the orchards in bloom in the valley. We bled and killed and cried alone in the dark of night, so folks could have these things. 10 years before, I still held hope in my heart, my mind filled with thoughts of a future beyond the pain and death I knew lay ahead. War was an ugly thing, but the things that lay on the edges of battles were uglier still. The wind sighed through the orchard blossoms and sent another cloying wave of sweetness my way. My throat constricted, and I swallowed hard around the lump that formed there. I couldn't breathe in this world of family, safety, peace. I looked back one last time. 10 years before, the castle stood just the same. The moon glowed with the same cool vibrancy. The path back to home and family followed the same course under the trees, but it was not a path I could take ever again. 10 years. Too long. This new world had no room for dust and blood, no time for nightmares, no place for a man without skills beyond bribing death to take others instead of him. I ran my fingers through the spark to feel its tingling warmth. I took another lungful of fruit blossom air. Would I remember these things 10 years down whatever road would lead me on? I turned back to the darkness and drifted on into memory.